What is up, guys? Jake from OneHive here with the next war recap video. And actually, this war is still going on, but I'm going to get in and get this done. One, because it's almost over. Two, because it's not much of a war to even talk about. And so if I miss an attack, not that big a deal. And three, Supercell is going to be taking away the Halloween update and probably wiping my replays. So I want to make sure and get this done before that happens, so we at least have something to look at and talk about. Going up against a clan called Duke. They're one of those clans that wanted to put a town hall or two out, and they quote give us the win. And we usually send someone over when that happens and try to get them to at least build a few bases for us to practice on. Excuse me, in exchange for that offer, which they agreed to. So we do have a few to look at. Scrounged around and salvaged a few, and you can see all they did was hit our top two bases. So let's get right to it. Watch what we got. Tate did 3-star the number one, which I thought was pretty cool. Not a great base, obviously an anti-2-star base, internet base, whatever you want to call it. Pretty straightforward and pretty bad design. You see that there's, once those Teslas pop in the core there is literally no room for basically any traps. Maybe a few spring traps on that first row of defenses, but after that, nothing. I mean, no bombs, no anything. But Tate comes at it with a Golaloon and does a really nice job here. A couple of golems on the outside, just minions and wizards to create the funnel, open it up with that wall breaker. Get a little deeper into the base, and then drop that jump to where he can get into access to that queen, to the Inferno Tower, which is level 3, and to the CC troops and those air defenses that are all bunched up right there, nice and tidy for him to go in and take out with his kill squad. So drops the poison, drops the rage, I believe. Did you drop rage there? I believe he did, for his king and queen to go through those golems. They're going to start taking out those air defenses. Boom, boom. Those go down. And then the queen will lock on to that Inferno Tower, take it out. And that's pretty much mission accomplished there. 2 air defenses taken care of, an Inferno Tower taken care of, the queen taken care of, and the CC troops. From there, as long as you've got pretty good deployment, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Coming at that backside Inferno Tower, just spreading his lava hounds down, dropping his haste spells, trying to move like those balloons move a little more quickly, and then timing that freeze spell for right when everything gets there, to where when it wakes up, the balloons have pretty much made their way to it. They're going to drop the bombs, and boom, it is gone. Now he's got a few balloons for the backside with that last lava hound coming in there. But again, with just 2 air defenses, he can actually use that lava hound sort of like a tank on just regular defenses. It doesn't have to be on an air defense. So that was really nice as well. Tons of balloons left, absolutely crushed this base. You know, again, bad base design, and Tate made it look like a bad base. Absolutely wrecked it. Good job, buddy. All right, we'll fast forward through that, and then we'll look at a few other attacks. I'm also going to put out, and I don't know if you guys like this or not. Let me know if you do. There was obviously a lot of rush Town Hall 10s on this war. They had a bunch of Town Hall 10s. I don't even remember how many, but a bunch of them. And there were a few Town Hall 9s ones that hit it and got the 3-star. In the past, I've gotten sort of mixed reviews, but I'm going to put out a video later today about some of those attacks, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. So moving on down a little further, though, Pero taking on number 18. Essentially, this is a Town Hall 9. I mean, he doesn't have, I don't even think he's got the extra traps, but does have the Town Hall 10, base. But I think everything is Town Hall 9 level. So comes out with really nice attack, though. Go Vaho, coming out from the top. A couple of golems go down, wizards go down, create that nice funnel. You see a wonderful spot for a giant bomb right up at the top of the base. Drops the wall breakers, and everything starts moving its way in. Queen's down. She's going to clear out those last few remaining trash buildings and then start working her way in. Here in just a moment, he's going to drop the jump, and then the king and the redheads are going to be released, heading straight towards the core there. Another giant bomb goes off, so only a couple left to worry about. I think. I really don't think he's got all of them on this one. Beautiful placement on the heal spell, making sure that those Valks and everything are going to stay healthy right there, and that poison on those CC troops, slowing down that damage, because, he didn't really have a way to take them out before his Valks got in there, so he wanted to make sure this Valk stayed healthy. You see them running out there. They're still looking pretty good. A few hogs going in with a heal spell on the right side, just going to let them do their thing. Same thing on the left side, drop them in, let them take out those defenses that have a chance to flank his core troops there, and then let them sort of converge down to the bottom. The middle is sort of doing some tanking for some of that, so not a lot of damage coming to those hogs that are working their way down. King and queen still up. Those golems are still up. Plenty of hogs to getting everything done. Some wizards around the outside, and that is going to be that. Excellent 3-star by our boy Pero. And sorry, I've got a little catch in my throat. Let me get a drink here. All right, sorry about that. All right. Moving on, let's look at our boy Roko taking on number 22. What did Roko do here? Oh, just a nice. I like this one. You know, these are the type of bases you guys are going to see, and this is a maxed out Town Hall 9. Does have CC troops. Not the greatest layout, but this is the ones I always get the comments on. These are what you guys are running into. And remember, guys, that a cold-blooded Golalun, like what Roko's bringing here, can wreck almost all of these bases if you do it right. It really, really can. Come at it, go straight for that queen. Don't waste a lot of troop space. Just enough wizards to create your funnel. Just a few wall breakers to let everything in. And then take out the queen, take out one air defense, and then you're in good shape. You know, from there you can start sending in your balloons. You've got your lava hounds, and you've got so much space for spell placement. You know, he has 4 rages here. He can basically keep his balloons raged all around the outside of this base, and even once they get to that core, have a nice rage form as well. So right there, you see the outside all goes down, drops that rage. As soon as they start getting into the core, he still has lava hounds up doing some tanking, and they're just going to target those Teslas in the core there. The queen's still doing her thing, helping out a little bit. Beautiful attack. So don't sleep on that. Don't forget. You know, I know we see these exotic and fancy attacks, but because we're hitting exotic and fancy bases, when you see these old school, you know, bases that are compact like that, don't forget about what worked, you know, 5 months ago, because it still works now. A cold-blooded Golaloon executed well can wreck so many bases out there. So stick to the basics, and I think your success rate will probably go up. Don't try to get too fancy if the base doesn't call for it. I still got some attacks going on. No, on 14. Let's see. XYZ taking on number 23. Let's see. What did XYZ do? Just a nice queen walk here. So I'll throw this in. This is a base that I've seen before. And it actually can be kind of a pain if you don't know how to hit it, because your golem pathing is so hard to get down. You drop a golem anywhere on this base, and that's what it's designed to do. It sort of takes this winding route and maybe gets out of range of one defense, which allows that defense to target your wizards, and then it just sort of goes downhill from there if your funnel doesn't get created properly, and then your king and queen goes for a walk or something like that. So I hear you guys. I know that sometimes these can be a little bit trickier than what you see it on here, but again, just try to be as basic as possible. XYZ dropping the queen down here, let her take out a section. She's already taken out several defenses, and then sending that one hog in, which is going to allow her to get that CC pulled out. And I think he actually even got a skeleton trap there with it. So takes that out, and then she uses the rage spell there. Didn't know it was going to be in the CC. And just lets the queen continue her walk away from the queen, because the CC troops are already taken care of. Does drop his golems and his wizards. You see what I'm talking about there, though. You see how that golem had to wrap around like that because of the distance? That can sometimes bite you if you're not ready for it, and all of a sudden he's out of range of a cannon or an archer tower, and they're wailing on your heroes or on your wizards or whatever you did there. But basically a 3-prong attack here. Comes at the queen from one side, lets the queen do her thing for a queen walk, and takes out a big section of the base all by herself, and then just hogs right down the middle, basically. Creates that funnel. The hogs cut right through the center of the base. The queen's dead. The CC troops are dead. And it works out really, really well on a base like this. You see he's got 7 hogs still in the bag. Just being nice and patient with those. Drops that last, that last heal spell down. And then right here, I think he's going to bring those hogs in from the backside, which will allow them to target more defenses at once. Yep, right there. Comes in, grabs that archer tower. We're going to move on to that wizard tower, that Tesla and cannon. And everything just sort of starts disappearing here towards the end. Just a few hogs left, but only needs a few more hogs. His queen's still up. His king's still up in that core. You see that the hogs on the right side and those and those golemites are doing a little bit of tanking left, and he drops that poison down, which takes care of those skeleton traps. Again, almost out of hogs, but that's all he needed. A lot of cleanup already done because of that queen and because of the way he came in with his kill squad there, and just takes out the last few trash buildings, and that's that. Nice 3-star, man. All right, only one more we're going to look at, and we're going to wrap this up. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this war, and again, you're going to get to see some more attacks from Town Hall 9 versus 10. But I like this one. This is our boy Varjo. Relatively low heroes, 1919, and taken out. This is not a high level base, but just the way he did it, I thought was very entertaining. Comes in with just a little few troops, grabs that CC, and drops down the poison. Just going to take out what he can and soften up that dragon. But if you look at this base, it's one of those where really heavy one side on the air defenses, sort of away from the queen, and it's not a suicide dragon. I don't know what you'd call this. It's like It's Valks, dragons, and hogs. So you guys make up a name. I don't know. He's just going to come at it with a very minor kill squad. Again, having those Valks where you can just send them right in, drops that jump spell down, sends his Valks in. He's got that dragon that he's got to finish off there. Goes in and drops his queen pretty quick, and I think drops a heal for these Valks pretty quick here as well, which is going to keep them up and let them work their way through. The whole goal of this right here is to get in there, take out the CC troops, obviously, but get those 3 air defenses. That's really all he's worried about. And with those Valks sort of being the tank and the king out there, it works out pretty nicely. The queen hangs back, but gets in there, takes out that last air defense. And honestly, had these been max air defenses, this base would have been a little bit more upgraded. I think it'd have been the same outcome. I really do. From the top, he's got a plan for that. His CC troop is full of hogs. Drops a heal down for those hogs. Only one defense they got to take out before they get to that second air defense. Boom, it goes down. And then just creates this funnel right at the queen. You see, she's already dead. You know, that's the beautiful thing about dragons is you don't have to worry about that queen. You just send the dragons at her and they take care of business. Hogs get a few more defenses taken down, actually, which is nice. His queen and king, all that kill squad is already dead. But they did their job. You know, they did what they had to do. He does have the Expos, I believe, pointed down here. Does he? It might be up. I can't tell. The dragons just might not be in range yet. But they are only level 2 Expos. Again, not the most upgraded base, but the way he attacked it, again, I think would have worked on a much more upgraded base, doing the exact same thing. So just exploiting the base's weaknesses. Dragons are starting to move their way through. They are just going to wreck everything they run into. We'll start to fast forward because they do move pretty slowly, dropping those wizards around the outside, which I like. Actually helps up, gets up there and takes a shot at that wizard tower. Boom, helps to take it out. And only one defense left. That lonely Tesla there. And it is not going to be enough for all those dragons. Take it down and then just finish the cleanup. So really nice attack by our boy Varjo. And nice war to everybody at OneHive. Again, it's not quite over, but it's over. Pretty boring war. Won't spend any more time on it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, Jake from OneHive, doing my best to help you guys suck less.